Okay. What is not resting in the uncompounded? The Bodhisattva practices voidness, but he does not realize voidness. He practices signlessness, but does not realize signlessness. He practices wishlessness, but does not realize wishlessness. He practices non-performance, but he does not realize non-performance. He knows impermanence, but is not complacent about his roots of virtue. He considers misery, but he reincarnates voluntarily. He knows selflessness, but does not waste himself. He considers peacefulness, but does not seek extreme peace. He cherishes solitude, but does not avoid mental and physical efforts. He considers placelessness, but does not abandon the place of good actions. He considers occurrencelessness, but undertakes to bear the burdens of all living beings. He considers immaculateness, yet he follows the process of the world. He considers motionlessness, yet he moves in order to develop all living beings. He considers selflessness, yet he does not abandon the great compassion toward all living beings. He considers birthlessness, yet he does not fall into the ultimate determination of the disciples. He considers vanity, futility, insubstantiality, dependence, and placelessness, yet he establishes himself on the merits that are not vain, on knowledge that is not futile, on reflections that are substantial, on the striving for the consecration of the independent gnosis, and on the Buddha lineage in its definitive meaning.
So is this Vimalakirti talking?
I don't know. I don't
I was kind of confused. Does anyone remember?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Looks like it's Buddha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Did I go too far?
I think Anne started on what is resting uncompounded. The no what did
Oh, where is that?
you go way slower. I think the noble sons of Bodhisattva who aspires is where we're starting now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Thank you. Cassie.
Yeah. Thus, noble sons, a bodhisattva who aspires to such a dharma, neither rests in the uncompounded nor destroys the compounded. Furthermore, noble sons, in order to accomplish the store of merit, a bodhisattva does not rest in the uncompounded. And in order to accomplish the store of wisdom, he does not destroy the compounded. In order to fulfill the great... So I'm going to go ahead and ask my question now. I don't understand what the uncompounded and the compounded means.
I don't either.
My guess is the compounded would be 1 and the uncompounded would be 2. But Anne is saying no. So what's your opinion, Anne?
I think the compounded is the relative. Things that have components.
Oh, I think it's the same. I think we're saying the same thing.
And the uncompounded is the absolute. I thought you said it backwards.
No, I agree with you.
Thank you.
But I said the compounded was, in terms of things that are separate. It's funny, and the uncompounded is I see what you're saying. Okay, so there's more on this. Let's go on.
In order to fulfill the great love, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And in order to fulfill the great compassion, he does not destroy compounded things. In order to develop living beings, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And in order to aspire to the Buddha qualities, he does not destroy the compounded things. To perfect the marks of Buddhahood, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And to perfect the gnosis of omniscience, he does not destroy compounded things. One of skill in liberative arts, he does not rest in the uncompounded. Out of skill in liberative arts, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And through thorough analysis with his wisdom, he does not destroy compounded things. To purify the Buddha field, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And by the power of the grace of the Buddha, he does not destroy compounded things. Because he feels the needs of living beings, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And in order to show truly the meaning of the Dharma, he does not destroy compounded things. Because of his store of roots of virtue, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And because of his instinctive enthusiasm for the roots of virtue, he does not destroy compounded things. To fulfill his prayers, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And because he has no wishes, he does not destroy compounded things. Because his positive thought is pure, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And because of his high resolve is pure, he does not destroy compounded things. In order to play with the 5 super knowledges, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And because of the 6 super knowledges of the Buddha gnosis, he does not destroy compounded things. To fulfill the 6 transcendences, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And to fulfill the time, he does not destroy compounded things. To gather the treasures of the Dharma, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And because he does not like any narrow-minded teachings, he does not destroy compounded things. Because he gathers all medicines of the Dharma, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And to apply the medicine of the Dharma appropriately, he does not destroy compounded things to confirm his commitments. To confirm his commitments, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And to mend any failure of those commitments, he does not destroy compounded things. I feel like he could have said all of this in like one sentence.
Form and emptiness.
Yeah.
To concoct. I knew I wasn't saying it right. To concoct all of the medicines of the Dharma, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And to give out the medicine of even the smallest Dharma, he does not destroy compounded things. Because he knows thoroughly all of the sicknesses due to passions, so do I, he does not rest in the uncompounded. And in order to cure all sicknesses of all living beings, he does not destroy compounded things.
Thank you for doing. Thus, noble sons, the Bodhisattva does not destroy compounded things and does not rest in the uncompounded. And that is the liberation of Bodhisattvas called destructible and indestructible. Noble sirs, you should also strive in this. I'll do another paragraph. Then those Bodhisattvas, having heard this teaching, were satisfied, delightful, and reverent. They were filled with the rejoicing and happiness of mind in order to worship the Buddha Shakyamuni and the bodhisattvas of the Saha universe, as well as this teaching, they covered the whole earth of this billion world universe with fragrant powder, incense, perfumes, and flowers up to the height of the knees. Having thus regaled the whole retinue of the Tathagata, bowed their heads at the feet of the Buddha and circumambulated him to the right 3 times. They sang a hymn of praise to him. They then disappeared from this universe, and in a split second were back in the universe. Sarva Ganda Suga Ganha.
Okay. Vision of the universe, Abharati, and the Tagatha Askobahaya. Therefore, the Buddha said to the Lakiva Vimalakirti, noble son, when you would see the Tagatha, how do you view him? Thus addressed, the Lakirti Vimalakirti said to the Buddha, Lord, when I would see the Tagatha, I view him by not seeing any Tagatha. Well, of course. Why? I see him not as born from the past, nor passing on to the future, not abiding in the present time. Why? He is the essence that is the reality of matter, but he is not matter. He is the essence that is the reality of sensation, but he is not sensation. He is the essence that is the reality of intellect, but he is not intellect. He is the essence that is the reality of performance, yet he is not performance. He is the essence that is the reality of consciousness, yet he is not consciousness. Like the element of space, he does not abide in any of the 4 elements. Transcending the scope of eye, ear, nose, tongue, holy, and mind, he does not produce in the 6 sense media. He does not involve in the 3 worlds, is free of the 3 defilements, is associated with the triple liberation, is endowed with the 3 knowledges, and has truly attained the unattainable. The Tathagata has reached the extreme of detachment in regard to all things. Yet he is not real. He's not a reality limit. He abides in an ultimate reality, yet there is no relationship between it and him. He is not produced from causes, not, not does he depend on conditions. He is not without characteristic, not has he any character. He has no single nature in any diversity of natures. He is not a conception, not a mental construction, nor is he a non-conception. He is neither the shore, nor the other shore, nor this shore, nor that between. He is neither here, nor there, nor anywhere else. He is neither this or that. He cannot be discovered by consciousness, nor is he inert nor is he inert in consciousness. He is neither darkness nor light. He is neither name nor sign. He is neither weak nor strong. He lives in no country or direction. He is neither good nor evil. He is neither compounded nor uncompounded. He cannot be explained as having any meaning whatsoever.
Oh, so this is Buddha still talking. And when Buddha talks about him, and the Buddha said, Oh, no, no, I'm wrong. Thank you, Anne. Yes, this is Vimalakirti talking. But usually the Buddha, when he's talking about himself, uses the word Tathagata, but that refers to the Buddha. But Vimalakirti is using this word for the Buddha.
I like start to understand what they're saying, and then they start doing the repetitive stuff so much that I lose what the thought might have been. Like I can't grasp it for that long.
I
And
think that's kind of the point.
is that the point?
I
So
think I'm
why would
hoping.
that be the point?
But you can't figure it out. So you can't figure it out.
And when you said the absolute and the relative, like when I would replace those two words for compounded and uncompounded, it would start to make sense to me. But this is a difficult section just for me based on the repetition. It's and like you said, that's their intention.
Maybe Anne could prescribe something to.
And take some of mine.
A hammer?
A sledgehammer. Uh,
Sorry, I don't mean to make light. I'm just in my struggle.
I think Malen is next.
That is neither
Hi, Milan.
generosity. Hi. The Tathagata is neither generosity nor avarice, neither morality nor immorality, neither tolerance nor malice, neither effort nor sloth, neither concentration nor distraction, neither wisdom nor foolishness. He is inexpressible. He is neither truth nor falsehood, neither escape from the world nor failure to escape from the world, neither cause of involvement in the world nor not a cause of involvement in the world. He is the cessation of all theory and all practice. He is neither a field of merit nor not a field of merit. He is neither worthy of offering nor unworthy of offerings. He is not an object and cannot be contacted. He is not a whole nor a conglomeration. He surpasses all calculations. He is utterly unequaled, yet equal to the ultimate reality of things. He is matchless, especially in effort. He surpasses measure. He does not go, does not stay, does not pass beyond. He is neither seen, heard, distinguished, nor known. He is without any complexity, having attained the equanimity of omniscient gnosis. Equal toward all things, he does not discriminate between them. He is without reproach, without excess, without corruption, without conception, and without intellectualization. He is without activity, without birth, without occurrence, without origin, without production, and without non-production. He is without fear and without some subconsciousness, without sorrow, without joy, and without strain. No verbal teaching can express him. Such is the body of the Tathagata, and thus should he be seen, who sees thus truly sees, who sees over wise, sees falsely.
I sort of get the feeling that you know how the balancing we always see the balancing scales, and then there's something in the center to hold the scales. I get the feeling that he's what's in the center holding the scales. So he's not pushing anything either way, up or down, left or whatever. But without him being there, then there would be nothing to hold the scales. Does that make any sense at all? No. I just had to say it so I get it out of my brain.
Okay, the Venerable Shariputra then asked the Buddha, Lord, in which Buddha field did the noble Vimalakirti die? before reincarnating in this Buddha field? The Buddha said, Sariputra, ask this good man directly where he died to reincarnate here. Then the Venerable Shariputra asked the Lichavi Vimalakirti, Noble Sir, where did you die to reincarnate here? Vimalakirti declared, is there anything among the things that you see, elder, that dies or is reborn? Sariputra, there is nothing that dies or is reborn. Vimalakirti, likewise, Reverend Shariputra, as all things neither die nor are reborn, why do you ask? Where did you die to reincarnate here? Reverend Shariputra, if one were to ask a man or woman created by a magician where he or she had died to reincarnate there, what do you think he or she would answer? Shariputra, Noble Sir, a magical creation does not die nor is reborn. Reverend Shariputra, did not the Tathagata declare that all things have the nature of a magical creation?
Shariputra. Yes, noble sir, that is indeed so. Vimalakirti. Reverend Shariputra, since all things have the nature of a magical creation, why do you ask? Where have you died to reincarnate here? Reverend Shariputra, death is an end of a performance, and rebirth is the continuation of performance. But although a bodhisattva dies, he does not put an end to the performance of the roots of virtue. And although he is reborn, he does not adhere to the continuation of sin. Then the Buddha said to the Venerable Shariputra, Shariputra, this holy person came here from the presence of the Tathagata, Akasobaya, in the universe Abhihirati. Shariputra, Lord, it is wonderful that this holy person, having left a Buddha field as pure as Abhihirati, should enjoy a Buddha field as full of defects as this Saha universe. The Lichavi Vimalakirti said, Shariputra, what do you think? Does the light of the sun accompany the darkness? Shariputra, certainly not, noble sir. Vimalakirti, then the two do not go together.
Donna, would you like to read?
Okay, where are you?
Noble Sir here.
Noble sir, those two do not go together. As soon as the sun rises, all darkness is destroyed. Vimalakirti, then why does the sun rise over the world? Sariputra, it rises to illuminate the world and to eliminate the darkness. Vimalakirti, just in the same way, Reverend Sariputra, the Bodhisattva,
Bodhisattva.
reincarnate. I'm sorry.
Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva reincarnates voluntarily in the impure Buddha fields in order to purify the living beings, in order to make the light of wisdom shine, and in order to clear away the darkness. since they do not associate with the afflictions, they dispel the darkness of the affliction of all living beings.
Thereupon, the entire multitude experienced the desire to behold the universe, Abhirati, the Tathagata Akso Sabya, his bodhisattvas, and his great disciples. The, the Buddha, knowing the thoughts of the entire multitude, said to the Lavachi Vimalakirti, "Noble son, this multitude wishes to behold the universe Abhirati and the Tathagata Aksabhya. Show them." Then the Lavachi Vimalakirti thought, "Without rising from my couch, I shall pick up in my right hand the universe Abhirati and all it contains. Its hundreds of thousands of bodhisattvas, its abodes of devas, nagas, yakshas, gandharvas, and asuras, bounded by its Kakravata mountains, its rivers, lakes, fountains, streams, oceans, and other bodies of water, its Mount Sumera and other hills and mountain ranges, its moon, its sun, and its stars, its devas, nagas, yakas, gandharvas, and asuras themselves, its Brahma and its retinues, its villages, cities, towns, provinces, kingdoms, men, women, and houses, its bodhisattvas, its disciples, the tree of enlightenment of the Tathagata Akoso Yava, and the Tathagata Akso Ya himself, seated in the middle of an assembly vast as the ocean, teaching the Dharma. Also, the lotuses that accomplish the Buddha work among the living beings, the three jeweled ladders that rise from its earth to its Traya Streamsa heaven, on which ladders of the gods of that heaven descend to the world to see, honor, and serve the Tathagata, Akso Ya, and to hear the Dharma, and on which the men of the earth climb to the Trayastrimsa heaven to visit the gods. Like a potter with his wheel, I will reduce the universe Abhirati with its store of innumerable virtues, from its water base up to its Akanista heaven, to a minimum size, and carry it gently like a garland of flowers. We'll bring it to the Saha universe and we'll show it to the multitudes.
Then the Vimalakirti entered into a concentration and performed a miraculous feat such that he reduced the universe Abhirati to a minute size and took it with his right hand and brought it into the Saha universe. In that universe, a Bahatari, the disciples, bodhisattvas, and those among gods and men who possess the super knowledge of the divine eye, all cried out, "Lord, we are being carried away. Sugata, we are being carried off. Protect us, O Tathagata." But to the disciple, to discipline them, the Tathagata Asko Bahaya said to them, "You are being carried off by the Bodhisattva Vimalakirti. It is not my affair." As for the other men and gods, they had no awareness of at all that they were being carried anywhere. Although the universe Abahatari Abhatri had been brought into the universe Saha, the Saha universe was not increased or diminished. It was neither compressed nor obstructed, nor was the universe Abhatri reduced internally, and both universes appeared to be the same as they had ever been.
Thereupon the Buddha Shakyamuni asked all the multitudes, friends, behold the splendors of the universe Abhirati, the Tathagata Aksobhya, the array of his Buddha field, and the splendors of these disciples and bodhisattvas. They replied, we see them, Lord. The Buddha said, those bodhisattvas who wish to embrace such a Buddha field should educate themselves in all the bodhisattva practices of the Tathagata Aksobhya. Well, no, that's it.
While Vimalakirti, with his miraculous power, showed them thus the universe, Abhirati, and the Tathagata Aksobhya, 140,000 living beings, among them the men and gods of the Saha universe, conceived the spirit of unexcelled perfect enlightenment, and all of them formed a prayer to be reborn in the universe Abhirati. And the Buddha prophesied that in the future all would be reborn in the universe Abhirati. And the Lichavi Vimalakirti, having thus developed all the living beings who could thereby be developed, returned the universe Abhirati exactly to its former place.
The Lord then said to the Venerable Shariputra, Shariputra, did you see that the universe Abharati and the Tathagata Akosabhaya? Shariputra replied, I saw it, Lord. May all living beings come to live in a Buddha field as splendid as that. May all living beings come to have miraculous powers, just like those of the noble Lichavi Vimalakirti. We have gained great benefit from having seen a holy man such as he. We have gained a great benefit from having heard such a teaching of the Dharma, whether the Tathagata himself still actually exists or whether he has already attained ultimate liberation. Hence, there is no need to mention the great benefit of those who, hence, there is no need to mention the great benefit for those who, having heard it, believe it, rely on it, embrace it, remember it, read it, and penetrate to its depth. And having found faith in it, teach, recite, and show it to others, and apply themselves to the yoga of meditation upon its teaching. Those living beings who understand correctly this teaching of the Dharma will obtain the treasury of the jewels of the Dharma.
Those who study correctly this teaching of the Dharma will become the companions of the Tathagata. Those who honor and serve the adepts of this doctrine will be the true protectors of the Dharma. Those who write, teach, and worship the teachings of the Dharma will be visited by the Tathagata in their homes. Those who take pleasure in the teachings of the Dharma will embrace all merits. Those who teach it to others, whether it be no more than a single stanza of 4 lines or a single summary phrase from this teaching of the Dharma, will be performing the great Dharma sacrifice. And those who devote to this teaching of the Dharma their tolerance, their zeal, their intelligence, their discernment, their vision, their aspirations, thereby become subject to the prophecy of future Buddhahood.
Antecedents and transmission of the Holy Dharma. Then Sakra, the king of the gods, said to the Buddha, Lord, formerly I have heard that the Tathagata and from Manjushri, the crown prince of wisdom, many hundreds of thousands of teachings of the Dharma. But I have never before heard of teaching of the Dharma as remarkable as this instruction in the entrance into the method of inconceivable transformation. Lord, those living beings who, having heard this teaching of the Dharma, accept it, remember it, read it, and understand it deeply, will be, without a doubt, true vessels of the Dharma. There is no need to mention those who apply themselves to the yoga of meditation upon it. They will cut off all possibility of unhappy lives, will open their ways to all fortunate lives, will always be looked after by all Buddhas, will always overcome all adversaries, and will always conquer all devils. They will practice the path of the bodhisattvas, will take their places upon the seat of enlightenment, and will have truly entered the domain of the Tathagatas. Lord, the noble sons and daughters who will teach and practice this exposition of the Dharma will be honored and served by me and my followers. To the villages, towns, cities, states, kingdoms, and capitals wherein this teaching of the Dharma will be applied, taught, and demonstrated, I and my followers will come to hear the Dharma. I will inspire the unbelieving with faith. I will guarantee my help and protection to those who believe and uphold the Dharma.
At these words, the Buddha said to Sakara, the king of gods, Excellent, excellent king of gods, and the Tathagata rejoices in your good words. King of gods, the enlightenment of the Buddhas of the past, present, and future is expressed in this discourse of Dharma. Therefore, King of the gods, when noble sons and daughters accept it, repeat it, understand it deeply, write it completely, and making it into a book, honor it, those sons and daughters thereby pay homage to the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. Let us suppose, King of gods, that this billion world galactic universe were full of Tathagatas, as it is covered with groves of sugarcane, with rose bushes and bamboo thickets, with sesame gardens and with flowers, and that a noble son or daughter were to honor them, revere them, respect and adore them, offering them all sorts of comforts and offerings for an eon or more than an eon. And let us suppose that these Tathagatas have entered ultimate liberation. He or she honored each of them by enshrining their preserved bodies in a memorial stupa made of precious stones, each as large as a world with 4 giant continents, rising as high as the world of Brahma, adored, adorned with parasols, banners, standards, and lamps. And let us suppose, finally, that having erected all these stupas for the Tathagatas, he or she were to devote an eon or more to offering them flowers, perfumes, banners, and standards, while playing drums and music, That being done, what do you think, King of Gods? Would that noble son or daughter receive much merit as a consequence of such activities?
Sakra, the king of the gods, replied, "Many merits, Lord, many merits, O Sugata. Were one to spend hundreds of thousands of millions of eons, it would be impossible to measure the limit of the mass of merits that noble son or daughter would thereby gather."
The Buddha said, "Have faith, King of Gods, and understand this. Whoever accepts this exposition of the Dharma called instruction in the inconceivable liberation, recites it, and understands it deeply, he or she will gather merits even greater than those who perform the above acts. Why so? Because, King of Gods, the enlightenment of the Buddha arises from the Dharma, and one honors them by the Dharma worship and not by material worship. Thus it is taught, King of Gods, and thus you must understand it."
The Buddha then further said to Sakra, the king of the gods, "Once, king of gods, long ago, long before eons more numerous than the innumerable, immense, immeasurable, inconceivable, and even before then, the Tathagata called Brajnahara appeared in the world as an arhat, perfectly and fully enlightened, endowed with knowledge and conduct, a blissful one, knower of the world, incomparable knower of men who need to be civilized, teacher of gods and men, a Lord, a Buddha. He appeared in the eon called Vikarana, in the universe called Mahayanaha. The length of life in this perfectly and fully enlightened Tathagata Brahasarana, I had it a minute ago, Brahasaranara was 20 short eons. His retinue of disciples numbered 36 million billion, and his retinue of bodhisattvas numbered 12 million billion. In that same era, king of gods, there was a universal monarch called King Ratnachatara, who reigned over the 4 continents and possessed 7 precious jewels. He had 1,000 heroic sons, powerful, strong, and able to conquer enemy armies. The king Ratnachatara honored the Tathagata Bahijaranaja and his retinue of many excellent offerings during 5 short eons. At the end of that time, the king Ratnachatara said to his sons, "Recognizing that during my reign I have worshipped the Tathagata, in your turn you should also worship him."
The 1,000 princes gave their consent, obeying their father the king, and all together, during another 5 short eons, they honored the Tathagata, Bahasya, Rajaza, Parija, with all sorts of excellent offerings. Among those, there was a prince by the name of Kandra Vachatra, who retired into solitude and thought to himself, "Is there not another mode of worship, even better, and more noble than this. Then, by the supernatural power of the Buddha Sajaya Arija, the God spoke to him from the heavens. Good man, the supreme worship is Dharma worship. Kanatajata asked them, what is the Dharma worship? The gods replied, good man, go to the Tathagata, Bhaktisata, ask him about Dharma worship, and he will explain it to you fully. Then the prince Kathatajatra went to the Lord Bodhisattva, the Arhat, the Tathagata, the unexcelled, perfectly enlightened one, and having approached him, bowed down at his feet, circumambulated him to the right 3 times, and withdrew to one side. He then asked, Lord, I have heard of Dharma worship, which surpasses all other worship. What is this Dharma worship?
The Tathagata Vasavya said, noble son, Dharma worship is that worship rendered to the discourses taught by the Tathagata. These discourses are deep and profound in illumination. They do not conform to the mundane and are difficult to understand and difficult to see and difficult to realize. They are subtle, precise, and ultimately incomprehensible. As sutras, they are collected in the canon of the Bodhisattvas, stamped with the insignia of the king of incantations and teachings. They reveal the irreversible wheel of Dharma, arising from the 6 transcendences, cleansed of any false notions. They are endowed with all the aids to enlightenment and embody the 7 factors of enlightenment. They introduce living beings to the great compassion and teach them the great love. They eliminate all the convictions of the Maras, and they manifest relativity.
They contain the message of selflessness, living beinglessness, lifelessness, personlessness, voidness, signalness, wishlessness, non-performance, non-production, and non-concurrence. They make possible the attainment of the seat of enlightenment and set in motion the wheel of the Dharma. They are approved and praised by the chiefs of the gods, Nagas, Yakas, Grandharvers, Usaras, Gardas, Kimnaras, and Mohargasa. They preserve unbroken the heritage of the holy Dharma, contain the treasury of the Dharma, and represent the summit of the Dharma worship. They are upheld by all holy beings and teach all the Bodhisattva practices. They induce the unmistakable understanding of the Dharma in its ultimate sense. They bring emancipation through teaching the epitomes
No,
of the
epitomes.
Thank you. of the Dharma and the importance, misery, selflessness, and peace of all things. They cause the abandonment of of I hate this word too, avarice, immortality, malice, laziness, forgetfulness, foolishness, and jealousy, as well as bad convictions, adherence to objects, and all opposition. They are praised by the Buddhas. They are the medicines for the tendencies of mundane life, and they authentically manifest the great happiness of liberation. To teach correctly, to uphold, to investigate, and to understand each and understand such sutras, thus incorporating them into one's own life and holy Dharma, that is the Dharma worship.
Furthermore, noble son, the Dharma worship consists of determining the Dharma according to the Dharma, applying the Dharma according to the Dharma, being in harmony with relativity, being free of extremist convictions, attaining the tolerance of ultimate birthlessness, and non-currence of all things, realizing selflessness, and living beingless. Sorry, beinglessness. Refrain from a struggle about causes and conditions without quarreling or disputing, not being possessive, being free of egoism, relying on the meaning and not in the literal expression, relying on gnosis and not on consciousness, relying on the ultimate teachings, definitive in meaning and not insisting on the superficial teachings, interpretable in meaning, relying on reality and not insisting on opinions derived from personal authorities, realizing correctly the reality of the Buddha, realizing the ultimate absence of any fundamental consciousness, and overcoming the habit of clinging to an ultimate ground. Finally, attaining peace by stopping everything from ignorance to old age, death, sorrow, lamentation, misery, anxiety, and trouble, and realizing that living beings know no end to their views concerning these 12 links of depending origination. Then, noble son, when you do not hold to any view at all, it is called unexcelled Dharma worship.
I want to see how many more pages we have.
Looks like till 211.
No, I'm not sure. See, that's it.
Oh,
To 2001. So, and we're on 196, so we have 6 pages.
wow. Oh, right. And it's 8 o'clock.
So we could finish instead of writing.
I would
Or-
like to.
Oh, the writing is my favorite part. But
Oh, I'm
either
sorry.
way,
It's mine too, but we're so close.
I'm
Maybe
kind
so
of
much.
overwhelmed with all this back and forth and back and forth. I mean, I would like a little break.
Okay,
Me too.
so we're on page 196. Let me write it down.
King of Gods 196, is that right?
Yes, and that's for Monday the 6th. Well, who would like to share? Well, in that case, oh,
I'll go first. Ultimately incomprehensible. Full stop. All these words and this endless flowery description and repetition to short circuit our thinking. A long koan, seemingly an explanation and a revelation, in actuality a narcotic, a hallucination. A man and a woman created by a magician cannot answer where they died in order to be reborn in this Buddha field. They were neither born nor died. Circles and circles turning back on themselves, close then far, nearby, seen then disappeared. Thoughts and thoughts, words and words. Thousands of words, myriad interpretations are only to free you from obstruction. The thing that frees me becomes the obstruction. And back around again. Freedom, obstruction, how to relate to the words and the interpretations. Clouds on a windy night, chasing across the sky, obscuring then revealing.
Melissa, who's next?
Well, I suppose I could be if you would like that.
Oh, that'd be great.
I love you, Kim. Let me see where I am. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, back in the middle. It seems to me that from all the back and forth and the not this and not that, what is being called for is to be in the center, breathing and not being affected by either the right nor the left, the up nor the down, the in nor the out, but to hold center, thus being aware of all that surrounds you and understanding all that is, but holding it out on the surface of a bubble. Because if you truly understand the far reaches of the universe, and still you can be the universe, and you can still be the universe, and inside not be the universe, center and holding seems to be what all those pages were saying. I don't understand how that is supposed to happen. Enlightenment, I suppose. But on a day to day basis, I think if one makes an effort to see both sides or all four or more sides of an issue, problem, creative project, if meditation and moderation are the tools we use, we might be able to accomplish a few steps on the road to enlightenment, using meditation as a practice to again center oneself, to allow one to remove oneself from the left and the right, up and down, and bring us along the road to.
I get so much from our own reflections from this. I really appreciate that. So yeah, I wrote all thoughts are constructed. Well, here we are again. And then quoting, he reduced the universe Abrahiti to a minute size and took it in with his right hand and brought it into the Saha universe. In that universe are Bharhatis, the disciples, bodhisattvas, and those amongst God and men who possess the super knowledges of the divine eye, all cried, "Oh Lord, we're being carried away. We're being carried off." And then my response was, "But they weren't." And they say that too, because they were inside the other one and they weren't, nothing was created and nothing was destroyed. And that feels right. Like the core of our being, another whole universe nestling in and cuddled in like a warm blanket, like a fire within, from the other side of the window to our soul. Not to separate relative and absolute, not to judge and not to put down ego. The vehicle we use to learn things, ego, the vehicle we use to learn things, and we're constantly putting it down, and it's the vehicle. To understand and notice our compassion within, and to offer that compassion inwardly and outwardly. Irreversible Dharma wheel. I wish I could rest in your gnosis of impermanence. That being or feeling stuck is an action of deeper understanding or remembering something much further back. The buried, treasured thoughts of compassion. And then the quote, understand it deeply, write it completely, and make it into a book. Honor it. Those sons and daughters thereby pay homage to the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. And then my part, share even a little bit, and you are having a conversation with Buddha.
Well, who is going to share next?
You are.
Very good.
Okay, my scanner wasn't working, but I'll just kind of show this and then I'll read what it says. Not this, not that. To cling and to let go. To be and not to be. Could Shakespeare have understood that one? One might aim to do both. And then it says here, two minds, one mind, yes, no, compounded, uncompounded. Oh, find peace by stopping everything. So, okay, Milan, your turn.
I don't have anything to share.
Okay, Donna.
I don't have anything.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good week. See you next week.
You too.
We'll finish next week.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Do we start another book after that, or is
Thank
that
you.
just the end of?
We're going to do finish Peg's book,
Uh,
and then we're going to do the book on the Vimalakirti by Joan Sutherland.
okay.
Oh, okay. That'll be good.
And I think by that week that the week after next, Peg will be back ready for us. She's giving a presentation to the American Zen Teachers Association about the book
All right.
this weekend.
Wow.
All right.
I don't know
Hope it goes well.
what day, but she's going tomorrow. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And
Thanks.
she's trying to get
Thinking
them
about it.
all to do books about their sanghas and their histories and so forth. And
Yeah, that's a great idea. If they'd participate,
That
that'd be
is.
great. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
so
that's wonderful.
what they started can live on.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Take
Thank you.
care.
You too.